Hey friends, welcome to Farah Insights, where curiosity meets knowledge, and ideas inspire action, and together we'll explore ideas that help us learn, grow, and see the world differently. Let's explore together. Let me ask you a question. What would you do if your most profitable business was about to become obsolete? Would you protect it? Would you invest more money into it? Or would you deliberately destroy it before someone else does? That's exactly the challenge Netflix faced. Netflix didn't begin as the streaming company we know today. It started by mailing DVDs to customers. At the time, this was already an innovative idea. But Netflix eventually realized something even more important. The future wasn't DVDs. The future was digital. And that created a dangerous problem. If Netflix moved aggressively toward streaming, it could destroy the business that was paying its bills. But if it refused to change, another company could destroy Netflix. This is the story of how Netflix reinvented itself, and why its transformation is one of the most fascinating examples of business model innovation and digital disruption. Part 1: The company that changed movie rentals. Netflix was founded in 1997. At that time, renting movies usually meant visiting a physical video store. You would walk inside, search through shelves, choose a movie, and take it home. There was just one problem: late fees. Netflix introduced a different model. Customers could order DVDs online and receive them through the mail. No traditional store visit. And eventually, no annoying late fees. The company had already challenged the traditional video rental industry. But Netflix's biggest disruption hadn't happened yet. It was still coming. Part 2: The Blockbuster Moment. At the beginning of the 2000s, Blockbuster was a dominant force in movie rentals. It had thousands of stores, millions of customers, and enormous brand recognition. Netflix was tiny by comparison. But Netflix understood something Blockbuster underestimated. Consumer behavior was changing. People didn't want to drive to a store. They wanted convenience. They wanted choice. And eventually, they wanted instant access. Netflix understood that technology was changing the definition of convenience. The real question wasn't, how can we make DVD rental better? It was, what happens when people don't need DVDs at all? That's a completely different strategic question. Management insight. This is an important lesson in strategic management. Successful organizations don't simply optimize today's business model. They also prepare for the business model that could replace it. Part 3: The decision to disrupt yourself. Netflix began moving toward streaming. But there was a major problem. The DVD business was still generating revenue. Why would a company intentionally move customers away from a profitable product? Because leadership understood something critical. Today's profits don't guarantee tomorrow's survival. Netflix knew streaming could eventually replace DVDs. So instead of waiting until the market forced change, it started building the future itself. This is what we call self-disruption. A company deliberately challenges its own existing business model before competitors do it for them. Think about that. Netflix wasn't simply responding to disruption. Netflix was disrupting itself. Part 4: The risks of transformation. But transformation wasn't easy. Netflix made strategic decisions that upset customers. One major pricing and service change created significant backlash. Customers complained. The company's reputation suffered. And Netflix learned an important lesson. Transformation isn't just about having the right strategy. It's also about managing how customers experience that strategy. A technically correct decision can still fail if stakeholders don't understand it. This is where change management becomes critical. Organizations must communicate change. They must understand stakeholder reactions. And they must be willing to adjust when implementation creates unexpected consequences. Part 5: From distributor to content creator. Netflix eventually realized something even bigger. If it depended entirely on content created by other companies, it would always be vulnerable. So Netflix began investing heavily in original content. It moved from being primarily a distributor to becoming a content creator. This was another major transformation. Netflix wasn't just delivering entertainment. It was creating entertainment. And data became an important part of the strategy. What are customers watching? When do they stop watching? Which genres are popular? What content keeps people engaged? Netflix used technology and data to make increasingly informed decisions about content and customer experience. This combination of technology plus data plus content plus customer understanding became a powerful competitive advantage. Part 6: The Business Model Innovation. Netflix's transformation demonstrates an important concept. Business model innovation. The company changed. What it offered. How it delivered value. How customers paid. And eventually, how content was produced. It moved from DVD streaming, physical distribution, digital distribution, content licensing, original content, rental transactions, subscription relationships, local service, global platform. That isn't simply product innovation. It's business model transformation. Research spotlight. This case connects strongly with several important management theories. 1. Disruptive innovation. Organizations can transform industries by introducing new approaches that initially appear less conventional but eventually change customer expectations. 2. Dynamic capabilities theory. Organizations need the ability to sense changes, seize opportunities, and reconfigure their resources as markets evolve. 3. Business model innovation. Competitive advantage can come not only from better products but from fundamentally changing how an organization creates and captures value. Part 7: 5 Lessons from Netflix. Lesson 1: Don't protect yesterday's success. A successful business model can eventually become a weakness. Lesson 2: Disrupt yourself before someone else does. If technology is changing your industry, don't wait for competitors to force you to change. Lesson 3: Customer convenience can become a competitive advantage. Netflix repeatedly asked, how can we make entertainment easier for customers? Lesson 4: Technology is valuable when it solves real customer problems. Innovation isn't about technology for its own sake. It's about creating value. Lesson 5: Transformation requires courage. Sometimes the hardest strategic decision is abandoning something that is currently working. Netflix's story teaches us one of the most important lessons in business. The biggest threat to a successful company may not always come from its competitors. Sometimes, it comes from the company's unwillingness to change. Netflix could have protected DVDs. It could have continued optimizing the old model. But instead, it chose to build the future. And that's what strategic leadership is really about. Not simply asking, what is working today? But asking, what will customers want tomorrow? If today's video gave you a new perspective or sparked your curiosity, don't let the learning stop here. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Farah Insights, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an insight. Stay curious, keep learning, and remember, one insight can change everything. See you in the next video.